Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the subject of statistics for the class 12th English Medium Part 1, Chapter 4, Time Series, and this will be the last tutorial for this chapter. Before that, let us just recap in short what we did in the last tutorial. We studied the moving average method. Okay, the moving average method was basically finding the averages of the short term oscillation periods. The method of solving sums with oscillation periods of 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it could be years, weeks, months, etc. Okay, and what we are going to do in this tutorial is we are going to complete the exercise 4.3 with solution, and with that we will end this chapter. The final exercise you will have to do it on your own. It's a homework. In case you are new to this video, just watch all the videos, all the tutorials of this chapter, and then try to solve the final exercise. Starting with exercise 4.3, the last exercise of this chapter. The first question is find the trend by 3 yearly moving average. Is a very easy sum. We just have to find the 3 yearly moving average. We have year and sales in 10 lakh rupees. So we will start with the year, that is 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 2015, and then we will convert the whole data into t variable, that is 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Now we will write down the sales in lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees as it is given in the question, copy it down, and then make a column for 3 yearly moving total. That means we have to make a total of each 3 set of variable. Just follow my arrow guidance and make a total of the values, although I have given every possible answer here directly. For example, the first 3 values are 3, 4, 8, so the total is 15. The next value are 4, 8, 6, so the total is 18. Just follow my arrows and the animation here. 8, 6, 7, that would be 21. Then comes 6, 7, 11, that is 24. Then 7, 11, 9, that would be 7, 11, 9, 27. Then 11, 9, 10 will be 30. And last, not the least, 9, 10, 14, 33. And then the last 10, 14, 12, that makes it 36. So this way we will make a total of 3 yearly movings. So we will start with the first one and then gradually move forward one step at a time to find the total up to the last value. Once we find all these totals, what we are going to do is divide all of them by 3 and we will get this answer here. So with this your sum is over. Yes, practically your sum is over. You are not supposed to do anything at this particular level. At a future in the college, you will be told to find the random fluctuations using this table, but nothing right now. Don't be afraid. This is the end of this particular sum. So make a total divided by 3. That's all. Moving on to the second question of the exercise, we have some data here. We have to use the 4 monthly moving average. Is the toughest and the longest of the all methods, because you need to leave one line blank after each and every values. We have months and the share prices. So what we are going to do here, as you can see on your screen, I have left the blank spaces between all the months. So month starts from January, ends at December, and between all the months one blank row has been kept. So you have to follow what I am doing here without failing. Okay, we have the month. I will be converting all the months into T, that is 1, 2, 3 up to 12, because 12 months are there. And then I will be writing down all the share prices as it was given in the question in front of all the months. Then I have to make a column for 4 monthly moving total. In this column I will be writing totals. These totals will be written according to these arrows. As you can see, this is a 4 monthly moving total. That means I have to make a total of 4 values here. As you can see, the middle value of 4 values will be in between these blank lines. This is the reason why we left these blank lines, because we will be required to write the total in these blank lines, because there are 4 values and in the middle the blank is there. So we will start with 253 plus 231 plus 350 plus 261, that would give us 1095. Now what we are going to do, we are not going to make a total of each and every 4 sets of values. what we are going to do, we are going to deduct the previous value and add the next value. So it will be something like this. In the next, we are going to leave 253. So 253 will be deducted and add 262 in the total. So directly in the previous total, we will deduct 253, add the new value 262. That way we will get 1104. Okay, let's do one more. We will start with 1104, from which we will deduct 231 and add 266. So that way we will get 1139. So just follow this method. I have given you the answers here, so you can verify your answers with that, but try to do it on your own and follow this method on your own. So one by one we are going to do this. It is 1052. The next one by one we are getting all the values here. As you can see on the screen, don't make a mistake of adding and subtracting. That will cost you your 5 marks. This sum can be asked for 5 marks. Okay, once you are done with the 4 monthly total, what I explained you in the illustration, that none of these totals are in front of any particular month or any particular t variable, but we need answers in front of the t variable or the months. So what we are going to do, the 4 monthly moving total column, we are going to make pairwise totals. That means we will start with first two values 1095 and 1104. We will add them. As you can see on the screen, the 2199 is exactly in front of March. So now we will move forward with this value here. Likewise, we will make a total of all the pairs to find the values in front of the months. Next, for April, 1104 plus 1139 will give you 2243. Then for May, 1139 plus 1052 will give you 2191. Then for June, you will get 2104. For July, it is 2123. For August, it is 2154. For September, it is 2181. For October, it is 2207. Yes, that's all. You just have to make pairwise totals. You can't make a singular totals. So as you can see, we have missed values for January and February, which has happened, which will happen always, and November and December. These 4 values we will not get. We will only get values for March to October. Now what we are going to do, these values will be divided by 8. As you know, in the first step we made a total of 4 values. So each of the 4 monthly moving total column values have 4 values inside them, and when we make a total of 2 values, that makes them pairwise total with 8 values. So to find the average, we will divide all the values with 8. So I have ready-made prepared here the answers directly. I have divided all the totals of pairwise totals with 8 to get the respective answers. So quickly write down these answers, calculate them if you want, but you have to calculate this sum once again on your own. The whole tutorial you should do on your own one time. After writing down the whole tutorial with me, you have to revise it, repeat it once again with on your own, so that way you will be understanding it better. We will move forward to the third question in this exercise. In this question, we have to find trend for the 5-yearly moving average method. Here years are 2007 to 2015. The profits are given, so we will write down according to our table format. Starting with the year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Then comes the T variable 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9, and then comes the profit, that is in lakhs. According to our question, we are just copying it down in our table here, and then we have to make a column for 5-yearly moving total. Remember, this is not 3 or 4, this is 5, and because there is a middle value here, as you can see, we don't need to leave any lines blank in this particular format, because we can easily calculate the middle value. You have to make a total of these 5 values, that is 15, 14, 18, 20, 17. The total is 84. Just like in the 4 monthly moving total, what we are going to do in the 5-yearly moving total is that we will deduct the previous value and add the next value. So in this, we are going to deduct 15 and add 24 in the 84. So 84 minus 15 plus 24 is 93. Similarly, we will now deduct 14 and add 27. Then we will deduct 18 and add 25. Then we will deduct 20 and add 23, and that would be all. As you know, this is a 5-yearly moving total. The first two and the last two values will be removed. They will not get any answers from us. It is not possible to get them. So once we get these totals, what we are going to do is divide them by 5. Each and every one of these values will be divided by 5 to get your answer. So your sum is done. It is over. The answer has been achieved. Sum is over. Next, the last question of this exercise, the wholesale price index number for different quarters of a year are obtained, and we have to find the trend by 4 quarterly moving averages. That means we have 4 quarters for 3 years, that makes it 12 quarters, and we have to use the 4 quarterly moving averages. So we will be doing it. So we will start with the column of years 2013, 14, 15, then the quarters for each and every years, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 for all the years. We will be converting these quarters to our T variable, that is 1, 2, 3 up to 12. Next, we will be writing down the index numbers from the question itself, and then we have to make a 4 quarterly moving total column. That means that these index number values will be added by 4 brackets. This bracket includes the 4 values, and these values are added in this screen, that is 110 plus 110 plus 125 plus 135. Now we are very much familiar with our adding and subtracting method, so we will subtract next time 110 and add 145 from the previous total. Similarly, we will move forward with again subtracting 110, adding 152 from the previous total, and then we will subtract 125 and add 155. Then we will be subtracting 135 and adding 168. Then we will subtract 145 and add 131. Then we will subtract 152, add 124. Then subtract 155, add 132, and the last subtract 168 and add 153. So with this we get the 4 quarterly moving totals, but as we already know that because this is a 4 oscillation period method, you need to make a pairwise total here. So we will start with the pairwise totals. First pair total 480 plus 515, then 515 plus 557, then 557 plus 587, then 587 plus 620, then 620 plus 606, then 606 plus 578, 578 plus 555, and 555 plus 540. You need to be very quick and very accurate on your calculus for the calculation of this, as again we know that in the 3-yearly moving average you divide by 3, in the 5 you divide with 5, but in the 4, because you make a pairwise total, you need to divide them by 8. So each and every of these pairwise totals will be divided by 8, and we will get answer like this, which is on your screen. So my dear students, with this we end this sum, we end this exercise, and with this we end this chapter. Let us make a quick recap of not this tutorial but the whole chapter, as this is the last tutorial for this chapter. What we studied in this chapter is what is time series and its components and its uses. Then what were the methods of computing the time series problems. Number 1 method was the graphical method, in which we drew the original series and we estimated the trend series. Based on that, the least square method, the very accurate method, just like the regression method, and then the current method which I just completed in this tutorial, the moving average method. Apart from them, how to depict a trend line on graph paper, which we studied in the least square method as well as in the moving average method, and how to estimate the past values, the current in between values, and the future values of any time series. These are the main topics which we studied in this particular chapter. So with this I end my chapter number 4 and the first part of the statistics. Next time we will meet again with the second part of the statistics. I haven't decided yet which chapter I will start with, but let us wait. The suspense is thrilling. Stay tuned, my dear students. Stay home, stay safe.